50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, welcome in, everybody, and good morning to you. Welcome into a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 565. Today is Saturday, not Friday, Saturday morning, September the 20th, 2025. First off, right off the bat, how's the Wi-Fi in a hotel? I paid for the $4.95, so was it worth it so far?
So far, yes. Is it elite? No. But is it good enough so far? Absolutely.
There's no lag. I know the picture quality is terrible,
No, it's
but
not terrible. It's just not great.
yeah, that's not what I'm used to. But welcome in, everyone. Real quick off the top, kid, Bills 3-0, looking good. And I'll say this. Dolphins played better than I anticipated on Thursday night. They showed a little fight in them.
Yeah, shout out the Dolphins. I think they showed up. They knew what the season meant. In the first half, they were right there with the Bills. They jumped out to the 7-0 early lead. Shout out Ali Gordon, whatever his name is, the third, with the huge the plus 3,400.
First touchdown, right?
I think it was anytime.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure, or first touchdown. I'm not sure. But I saw a lot of people celebrate that. Overall, was I impressed by the Buffalo Bills on a short week? Maybe not impressed, but they took care of business. You still beat a division rival by double digits. To me, that's pretty impressive. Yeah, did you cover the big number? No. But the fact that he was able to take care of business at home against a divisional opponent, to me, that's pretty damn good. Tua, on the other hand, the interception late killed them. I think he played okay. He didn't play horrible till he threw that last interception. You can't blame him because he's trying to force a play. He's trying to put his team position to win the game. So I think overall the running game had a decent night. I think 130 yards total in Buffalo. To me, that's pretty good. Couldn't get there with Tyreek Hill. Went under by 16 yards, I believe. So your boy's still over on props for the year. I don't know how, but it is what it is. I just feel like Miami has to get these superstar receivers involved early often. Jaden Wallow, 39 yards. Tyreek Hill, 49 yards. Yes, they each scored a touchdown deal, but what's the point of having two speedy wide receivers if you're not going to exploit them off early on in the game? So I think Miami just needs to do some rethinking and maybe some possible trades. They'll 0-3 start is not good.
Yeah, I thought the run game for Miami was actually pretty good with a chain. I thought the defense actually played better than I anticipated for Miami. My problem with Tua, and they were driving, is he allergic to linebackers? Because all these interceptions are to linebackers, and again, he blows the game when they're right there. I also thought the turnover, the fumble on the kick return or punt return, that was costly as well. So those two things were the reason why they lost that game. So Tua needs to take some blame. I know there was a little pressure on him, but he stood down his receiver the entire time. The linebacker was able to read him and just picked him off easy. I mean, that's 101 stuff. So not the best game still. He still needs some work. What do you think about Josh Allen potentially not kneeling the ball at half? I thought that was interesting.
It is what it is. I'm not going to make it a big
deal. Did he get away with something?
All right.
Yeah, possibly.
Because remember, I always go back to it. Remember Kenny Pickett a couple years ago when he fake slide? Like, it's just like the principle, So Do I got a problem with it? No. Did he possibly get away with something? Yeah, maybe. But what Buffalo do, I think James Cook is managing himself to work to say for people to say he might be underpaid, Dill. James Cook for the first 3 weeks of the season have himself a ball, Dill. 19 carries, 108, another touchdown in a short week, Dill. I think Buffalo's getting all their money's worth for James Cook this season thus far.
I was gonna say 3 straight weeks with over 100 yards, and he was getting drafted in the 4th round in fantasy this year.
Yeah.
One of the biggest surprises. So
I got him in one league, so I'm happy.
yeah, you've been getting your money's worth. I don't know what he's ranked in fantasy, but he's having a hell of a year right now.
He should be number 1.
Should be, yeah.
3 straight over 100. What a touchdown! I don't know if he scored week 1, but he scored last week.
Josh Allen had himself a hell of a game, though. 22 for 28, over 200 yards. His quarterback rating was 134.1. He rushed for 25 yards as well. Dalton Kincaid, we get there with the over. Joshua Palmer, terrible. We did not get there with that over. One catch for 5 yards.
Yeah, he only had one catch.
Yeah, one catch for 5 yards.
You had a better night than me, Dill.
When 1-1. So it's all good. I did. They did not cover though the 10.5, the 11.5. So Miami does cover the number. The game goes over the total though. But yeah, I thought it was a more interesting game than I anticipated. I thought it was going to be a blowout. Miami actually came out and was kind of they were kind of competitive through the first 3 quarters.
Throughout the whole game, yeah. Even to that interception, Miami still had a chance to win the game. I didn't think they were going to win the game, but they had themselves in position to.
Yeah, so 3-0 for the Buffalo Bills, and I think it was very important that they won that game opening night against the Ravens because they're going to be favored in every game moving forward. I mean, even against the Chiefs at home, they're going to be favored. Even home against the Eagles, they'll probably be a point favorite. They're going to be favored. They have a very favorable schedule. This team could win 13, 14 games easy. So, yeah, looking for the Buffalo Bills. It's going to be another AFC East division champ. We could call it already through week 3. They're going to be AFC East.
I'm looking at their next few games. They got the Saints. They got us. Yeah. And then they got who they got week 6? The Falcons in Atlanta.
Win.
Good chance Buffalo starts 6-0 and runs away with the division.
Yeah, so here on September 20th, please credit with the first outlets
We're definitely not
let
the first
people know.
They
are going to win the AFC East. As for the Miami Dolphins, though, moving forward, 0-3, that complete opposite. They do get the Jets. I think on Monday night next week. So battle of 0-3s. Battle of 0-3s.
You're saying the Jets are going to be 0-3 after this week, Dylan?
95% chance. 95% chance. So we'll see. But yeah, we both go 0-1 on our plays for Thursday night. So looking not like the best start for boys.
Not for nothing. I gave the heads up about the fade the props. My plays have been solid. I don't know what's wrong, people. I might just start fading my props. I might just start doing that.
Yeah.
I'm starting off, I think 0-5, 0-6.
Something like that.
The plays.
That's impressive.
Yeah. If you've been fading, by all means, my props later on for the show, fade them. If you feel like I've been leading you down the wrong path, fade them. But this week I might be right.
Well, kid, let's get to it. Before we do, a quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or an elderberry watching the NFL Sunday, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with the Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink, I believe, here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get to it. Week 3 in the NFL. And right off the bat, kid, I was telling you, I'm going to my first game off air. I was telling you, going to my first game of the season. I am here in New England, Rhode Island area, but my girlfriend's uncle has season tickets to your New England Patriots.
Woo!
So, gonna go see Aaron Rodgers and Drake May try to light it up, kid. So that should be very interesting. I've never been to Gillette.
I think
You want to start right there?
First of all, the Gillette, very nice, very nice. Kind of a depending where you park, kind of a far walk to the stadium. Not gonna lie, but it's a nice little setup. They got their own path there. You're gonna see a nice statue. You're gonna see Tom Brady's statue before me.
I forgot about that.
I'm a little jealous of that. And then Dill, outside while you're lining up to go inside, you're gonna see 6 banners, 6 of them dangs, and you're gonna be like, "Wow, this is how
History.
This is how being a champion feels like. This is
Oh,
where I want to be."
I was talking to one of her relatives yesterday, and they were from Chicago, and they're like, Bears. I don't know. I'm sitting there like, you don't know pain. I said I'm a Jet fan. He goes, oh, I'm sorry. I said,
Sorry.
Yeah, which is crazy. At least you have a future. You have a coach.
Come on.
God, no.
Come on now.
See, now the camera's not working. Anyway, let's start there. We'll start in New England. Short on the books. Steelers -1.5, -120 on the money line, +120 for your Patriots. Total is at 44.5. What do you got here, kid?
For the total, let's just break it down completely. For the total, I do lean the over, just because we saw Miami put up 30+ points last week against us. We saw Geno Smith throw 386, 385 on us on week 1. And then for the other side, though, we saw back-to-back 100 yards wide receiver. I think Cooper Kupp also had 90 as well on the Steelers defense. We saw Garrett Wilson go crazy week 1. We saw Jackson Smith-Jigba. We saw Cooper Kupp have successful days. So I do like the over, but officially do like the Patriots money line. I think our wide receivers are live to have a good day, Dill. For the first time this season, give me Stephon Diggs over 41.5. If you want to, people fade me. I've been ice cold when it comes to the props. The plays hitting. The total points hitting. The props, I don't know, people. But my man Stephon, at home, against the Steelers, just announced he's having a kid. Announced he's looking for Spanish names. He's in the right mind, Dill. I think he's going to have his best week yet as a Patriot. Give me over 41.5. Like I said, week 1, Garrett Wilson over 100 yards. Week 2, Cooper Kupp 90+. Jackson Smith over 103 yards. Give me Stephon Diggs over 41.5. Maybe take the Patriots on the money line.
You should let him know Elvis is a possible name.
Nah.
Why? Not Spanish enough?
Yeah, first of all, is rare, is unique, and I want to keep it that way. So don't
legend.
Don't name your kids after me.
You don't want that.
I don't want that.
Yeah, we saw the Steelers. Great week 1 win. Gutting week 1. Defense hasn't been there through 2 weeks, though. They really regressed against the Seahawks, and Rodgers. It was actually jarring to see him throw twice as many interceptions as touchdowns in week 2, but going to New England now. New England's defense is allowing a league high 315 passing yards per game.
Also have the league high most sacks. Put some respect on it.
So it's a thing of both, but they have struggled to contain the Dolphins and the Raiders.
That's a fact.
I do think it's early. I don't think Christian Gonzalez is going to play. Are you worried about him?
No, just because they haven't put him on IR. Let's just say he doesn't play week 3, and they'd be like out of nowhere. All right, let's put him on injury reserve. I'm panicking.
Now that's 7.
Yeah, I'm panicking. So realistically, if he misses this week and he doesn't play next week, I'm a little worried. because basically you should have just started him on IR if he
Yeah,
wasn't going to play the
100%.
first 4 weeks of the season. So overall, am I concerned? Am I panicking? No, but if he misses next week, I'm a little worried.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say both defenses have struggled to start this season. I do like the over. I do think we'll see some points here. The Steelers haven't been strong against the run, which I think is an area the Patriots will likely try to exploit. However, if New England continues to give up big chunks of yards through the air on every possession, they may be forced to abandon the run.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Steelers here. I'm gonna lay the 1.5. Don't tell the family that I'm going with that I'm on the Steelers, but I am on was it the Steel Curtain? Is that what they're
No,
called?
with that defense, first 2 weeks of the year is no longer the curtain. I'll tell you that. Might be steel, not a
Yeah.
curtain, not the steel curtain no more. Mm-mm. Let's not do that. Let's not
All
do
right. Let's go to Tennessee. The Titans hosting the Indianapolis Colts. Your Indianapolis Colts. -4.5.
Honestly, if it's your Minnesota Vikings, I guess it's my Indianapolis.
I
Colts.
think I might be abandoning that team right quick.
No, you're on record, buddy.
No, I'm on record for JJ McCarthy. This guy, he's hurt, so I'm out. I'm out for right now. Colts 4.5 on the road favorites, -205 on the money line. Titans +4.5, +172 on the comeback total. It's a low 43.5. What do you got here for Cam Ward?
Don't get me wrong. For the first 2 weeks of the season, Cam Ward has been playing well. He's been playing well for a rookie making his first 2 NFL starts. Daniel Jones and the Indianapolis Colts have something brewing, Dill. The offense has been moving the ball consistently, Dill. I understand week 1, the Dolphins don't look like a good team. We all know Denver is no doubt a top 5 defense, and Daniel Jones was able to go up and down that defense multiple times. Still, for a game-winning driver, the penalty late. I understand, bullshit call. I agree with that, but they still managed to win the game. We saw Tennessee lose to Denver at week 1. Wasn't really competitive. We saw Colts beat Tennessee last week. Denver last week on the road. Don't get me wrong. Do I think Tennessee can make it competitive and battle, maybe go into halftime with a lead like they did last week against the Rams? Sure. But who do I expect to win and cover? Give me the Indianapolis Colts still. Give me the -4.5 with the Colts. Give me Danny Dimes. Give me Jonathan Taylor. This offense is hitting right now. They're running on all cylinders. Shockingly enough, back-to-back weeks, 30 points a game. Give me the Indianapolis Colts. I don't see Tennessee going over 20.
Yeah, I mean, the number has jumped in favor of the Colts. No surprise there. Josh Downs, Tyler Warren. They didn't practice Wednesday and Thursday. I know a lot of people might want to take the divisional home dog with Tennessee, but I agree. I can't trust Tennessee right now. They're poorly coached. I'm not a Brian Callahan fan at all. 23 penalties in 2 games, leads the NFL.
Shit, I didn't even know that. Shit.
I like Cam Ward. I do, but the sacks are starting to add up. It's starting to remind me of Caleb Williams.
He holds the ball too long. He's a rookie. You got to learn through that. So you can't blame him. Like I said, for the first 2 weeks, he looked But
you could throw the ball away. You don't have to hold the ball.
He wants to get a first down every time.
I agree, but sometimes
and you can't blame him.
No, I can't. Even that touchdown throw across the body is like.
Yeah, it was a bad
You don't
decision.
advise that.
Yeah, it was a bad decision, but overall, then dog's going crazy next door.
Dog's going crazy this morning.
I apologize.
No, but you're good. I like Cam Ward, but I think it's a learning process, and the Colts are just too good right now. I know it's a public play. All the money is on them, but I just don't think the Titans have enough talent to keep up offensively. And the Colts defense, they've been playing well. So, yeah, I agree. I'm going to take the road favorite. I'll lay the 4.5 here with Indianapolis as well. What were you going to say on Cam Ward?
No, it's like these other rookie quarterbacks like RG3, Lamar Jackson. What was their issues early on? Not sliding. Now what they do? You think Lamar Jackson is going to take that hit 20 yards down the field? Absolutely not. So through time, like these quarterbacks learn how to slide. Cam Ward is going to learn how to get rid of the ball. It's going to take some time.
Yeah, All right, let's go to Carolina. The Panthers hosting the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons laying 5.5 here on the road, minus 225 on the money line. Home dog for the Panthers, plus 188 on the comeback. Total 43.5. Another home divisional dog. Are we going to take the Panthers in this one?
Don't get me wrong. I kind of call me crazy. I kind of do like the plus 5.5. I do think the Panthers. We saw it. Yes, you could make the case they took the foot off the gas last week, but the offense, was able to move the ball a little bit in the second half last week. At home, do I expect a little fire coming off this 0-2 Panthers team? Yeah, absolutely. Divisional matchup at home. I expect some fire, Dale. Do I want to lay the 5.5 with Atlanta? I don't. Do I think Atlanta will win this game? Absolutely. With that being said, I'm gonna just make it sure this year. Give me Michael Penix Jr. over 214.5 passing, Dill. He went under this mark by a mile last week. He almost had 300 passing yards week one. I think we're gonna see somewhere around 220, 230 passing from Michael Penix Jr. I think 214 is a little short. Give me over 214.5, just because I think the Panthers will be competitive and they're gonna have to throw the ball possibly more than they run the ball.
Yeah, code Dream25 if you want to get down on Props.Cash with all the props. Or you might want to fade that one because Elvis is 0-6 now.
Yeah,
Is that fair?
6. Yeah.
So hopefully he does go over, though, for Elvis. But yeah, Falcons on a back-to-back road spot. Defense has looked really good, I thought, this year. The offense has been a little better as well. And what has the Panthers shown us here through the year, through 2 weeks? It took guys on the Cardinals to get hurt in the secondary before they started putting up points in the second half. They have the Panthers have another offensive lineman hurt now. My eyes are telling me to take Atlanta. The Panthers only have done anything in garbage time when backups are in. One thing, I'll say something positive. J.C. Horn has looked really good. He probably looked the lone spot for this defense, but they can't get a pass rush. Bryce Young looks bad. And on the other side, I think this is a great year. You mentioned it. We took the over for him this year. Kyle Pitts has looked really good through 2 weeks as well. The connection between him and Michael Penix has been good. So, yeah, I can't take the Panthers here. Give me Atlanta. I'll lay the 5.5 here on the road. Let's go to Washington. Here steps in Heisman winner Marcus Mariota is leading the Washington Redskins, laying 3, minus 154 on the money line at home. The Raiders plus 130 come back as the dog. Total is 43.5. Jaden Daniels is out. They're being precautious. I mean, after you mentioned RG3 a minute ago, after him having a knee sprain and then coming back early and tearing his shit, they're like, yeah, we're gonna sit you for a week or two, kid. But yeah, what do you got here for this one?
I'm glad that the Commanders are playing it safe with Jaden Daniels. I'm gonna be honest, wouldn't be surprised if he's able to play. If this was a playoff game, he probably plays still. But rather play it safe. It's just a week 3 of the season, so I'm glad they were able to do that. Now with the game, shout out Marcus Mariota. But give me the Raiders plus 3.5. I caught 3.5 early on because I had a feeling this news was gonna come on. I still like the plus 3. I think the Raiders are live here at plus 135. Dill. Don't get me wrong. I think overall the Commanders are a solid, good team. But remember, no Austin Eckler this week. We're gonna see who's gonna be the steady bell cow back. It's Scary Terry. He's been having a quiet season so far. Is he gonna be able to step up with Marcus Mariota there? So I just got to see who's going to step up offensively without Jaden Daniels, because Jaden Daniels has been the key focal point of this offense for about a year and 3 weeks now. So is it going to be scary? Is it going to be the rookie Merritt? Is it going to be Zach Ertz? It's going to be Duami Brown. Who is it going to be that's going to step up? I mean, Noah Brown on the outside. So we know Marcus Mariota, former Heisman winner, but we know what he's capable of doing. Who's going to step up offensively to bring it home? That's my biggest question to the Commanders. Give me the Raiders plus 3.5, plus 3. Might be dog of the day potential.
Yeah, both teams coming off a loss. Line has come down from 6 points to only laying 3 because of the Jaden Daniels news. I do see 2.5s out there.
Yep,
Shop around. I like Mariota as a backup. It was one of the worst games last week from Geno Smith. He's usually good in a dome in his career, so it was actually very surprising for him to be that bad. I think this could be a nice bounce back spot for the Raiders, just with the uncertainty of Jaden Daniels and the other injuries that Washington's dealing with. It's hard to lay points, especially with Marcus Mariota. So, yeah, give me the dog. I'm on the Raiders as well. Give me the Raiders +3. Where do we go next, kid? Let's go to I had it. Let's go to Cleveland.
Oh, okay.
Browns hosting the Green Bay Packers. Packers laying 7.5 here on the road, -400 on the money line, +315 for the home dog. Total 41.5. What do we like here for the Packers Browns?
I'm gonna be honest, though. I think the Packers have shown they're one of the best teams in football early on. I think you got to lay the 7.5 here. Is Joe Flacco? I think the question is Joe Flacco competing to to be the starter for the remainder of the season? Is he? Are the Browns already questioning it? You know, we saw Dylan Gabriel come in at the end of the game last week. Are we gonna see Joe Flacco play a full game? I hope so, because I still think Joe Flacco could sling the ball. It's just he's not as consistent as he once was. That's all. With that being said, I think the play has to be give me Green Bay -7.5. Though.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I think the play is it's a perfect teaser spot, but Packers, by the way, internet stream, all right? Audio at least.
No, you're good. You're a little
Okay.
blurry, but you're fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Packers coming off that big win Thursday night against Washington. They do have the rest advantage in this spot. Non-conference road game for Green Bay, and this might be like the ultimate look-ahead spot for the Packers defense. They got the Cowboys on deck next week, which is a must-see game. I love the Packers in the teaser spot here, -7. Sevens might be a little too much because say what you want about the Browns, they have outgained their opponents by 300 yards through through 2 weeks, excuse me, which is insane. They've outgained the Ravens and Cincinnati in week 1. So, and I felt like we tried to get cute last week, taking double digits with the Browns. Whereas this week, I just feel like the pass rush is going to get to Joe Flacco this week. Josh Jacobs, he's been really good. He's been able to run the ball well in 2 weeks. Tucker Kraft has been productive.
Yeah.
I just see the Packers beating the Browns team with some big plays that kind of like the Ravens made too last week. So, yeah, I'm very high on Green Bay. I think they're one of the most complete teams. I think the way I think they're a really good team, and I think they're gonna blow out the Browns. But Browns might outgain them for some fucking crazy reason. But yeah, I'll lay the 7. I also think this is a perfect teaser spot for Green Bay. Let's go to the next game. We will head to Minnesota. We'll head to Minnesota. The Vikings hosting the Cincinnati Bengals. Minnesota laying 3, -154 on the money line, +130 for the Browns. Total 42.5. It's the battle of the backups. Jake Browning taking on Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz laying points? Okay. Huh? Yeah. Huh? What do you got, kid?
Like I think you said it perfectly. The battle of backups. A wise man once told me the best bet might be no bet. It's a stay away from me, Dill. Don't get me wrong. Do I have opinion? Absolutely. I think Cincinnati are alive on the road. Don't get me wrong. Have Minnesota's offense looked good at all this season besides a quarter? No. Can Carson Wentz influence the offense and give it a spark? I think so. But one thing I know about Carson Wentz, Dill. One thing I know. He's going to turn the ball over, Dill. He's going to turn the ball over. And one thing we saw last week, the Cincinnati Bengals could turn the ball over 3 times and still win the game. I'm not sure if Brownie's going to put up all those numbers like he did last week against that Vikings defense. All I'm saying is we've seen Cincinnati overcome 3 interceptions. We I know we worried about that defense still. Can that defense play okay against Carson Wentz and that Minnesota offense who's been struggling this season so far? Possibly, Dill. If I was betting on this game, I'll probably be taking the 3 points with the Cincinnati Bengals, and might be sprinkling something on the money line though. I think Jay Browning and the Cincinnati Bengals are live, and not for nothing, I do expect a low scoring game. 41.5 might be a little too short, but I'm gonna stay away.
Yeah, like I said, the battle of the backups, Carson Wentz versus Jake Browning. I don't think Wentz is better than Browning right now. And I mean,
I agree with that.
look, not much changed for Cincinnati's offense when Burrow left the game.
Honestly, you can make the case besides the interceptions, it got better.
Yeah. I don't think I could lay points with Carson Wentz, even with Kevin O'Connell and how highly I regard him. Minnesota's offense has not looked good. Bright side, they are getting Andrew Van Ginkel back on defense, which helps. But Jordan Mason's going to be their lone back. Aaron Jones is still hurt. They're hurt right now, Minnesota. Coming off that tough game, they got beat the shit out of. Now coming back home against the Cincinnati offense that, I mean, like I said, I don't think much has really changed with Jake Browning. So I agree. I'm going to take the +3 here with Cincinnati. I think it should be a pick 'em, kind of how like that Steelers New England game is. So yeah, I agree. I'm gonna take Cincinnati plus the 3 points. Great teaser spot as well. Let's go to Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers hosting the New York Jets. Buccaneers -6.5, -300 on the money line. Jets +6.5, +245 on the money line. Total is 43.5. Justin Fields is out with a concussion, so Tyrod Taylor does get the start. Maybe revenge spot for Todd Bowles. Maybe
try to make him look foolish. Realistically, Dale, one thing. The Tampa Bay Bucks haven't yet to cover the number. 2 competitive games, 2 straight games they had to go down, get a game-winning drive out of Baker Mayfield. Shout out Baker Mayfield. He's been one of the best quarterbacks stat-wise since 2023. 7.5. Would I be crazy if I saying the Jets could probably cover the 7.5? Baker might have 3 straight weeks with a game-winning drive. I don't know about that. So I'm gonna just play safe deal. I think the Tampa Bay Bucks is the perfect team to put in a teaser this week. So I'm gonna put the Bucks in a teaser. I do like them, but 2 straight game-winning drives. Tyrod Taylor, we know he can move the ball. He's a savvy vet. He's been there and done that. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a decent day down in Tampa. So put Tampa in a teaser. If you want, tease the other way as well, because I highly doubt the Jets get blown out back-to-back weeks like that. But I think Tampa Bay Bucks, if you can tease them down to 1.5, is the play.
You could make an argument the offense looked better when Justin Fields wasn't on the field last week. At least he drove us down the field.
Did he look better than week 1?
No, he didn't. Week 1, he was a top 5 quarterback. Week 1. Yeah, I'm gonna lay it with Tampa Bay. I know Emeka Egbuka, he didn't really practice Wednesday or Thursday. He's dealing with that hamstring and hip injury, but I do think he's a go. He's still questionable. But I just think offensively, the Jets don't have anything to go with. I don't think they're going to really move the ball or push the ball down the field. I don't think the defense has played that good. I agree. I think it's a good teaser spot. And the defense has looked good for Todd Bowles. He's really diced up his opponent through 2 weeks and versus better teams. Now you're going to tell me at home, and they're wearing the creamsicle jerseys.
Oh, classic.
So they're going to put it on the Jets this week. So it's an awful spot here for the Jets. I agree. I think it's a perfect teaser spot, but I have no faith in Tyrod Taylor and that offense. So they're probably going to run the ball. I probably will look towards an under 43.5, honestly. But or maybe a Jets team total, whatever you want to play. But yeah, I don't see a lot of points here scored. By the way, again, the NFL fucked us 9 games in the 1 o'clock window.
No 2 Monday night games. Like, come on now.
What are we doing
It's
here?
like I said, it should gotta be like 7-5, 7-4, minimum 4 games at the 4 o'clock window. One thing I hate about for the people that especially watches Red Zone, there's no reason why we should have all the games on halftime at the 4 o'clock window. To me, that's just bad business. So
Yeah.
stretch down, bring 2 games down, make it 7-5. Why not?
Yeah.
You don't need 9 games in the 1 o'clock window. Who's gonna tune
Yeah, I
into
agree.
all 9?
It's hard unless you have 9 TVs. All right, kid, let's get to the next game. I'm going to save that one for the next one. 2 games left in the 1 o'clock window. Let's go down to or we'll stay in Florida. Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Houston Texans. Jaguars, short home favorites, -1.5, -130 on the money line, +110 for the Texans. Total 43.5. Bad loss last week for Jacksonville. They should have won that game. Houston now 0-2. What are we doing here with this game?
This was honestly one of the hardest games to call this week, in my opinion. Just because Jacksonville lost a heartbreaker, and then Houston, they also lost a heartbreaker, but I think Houston is too good of a team to start 0-3. That's my thing. Has CJ Stroud been impressive this year? Absolutely not. Has Trevor Lawrence looked better? Absolutely. Has the running game for Jacksonville has been way more productive? Absolutely. That's my biggest concern with this Houston team. Are they going to be able to run the ball? The defense is going to play great. I'm not worried about the defense. Are they going to be able to run the ball and then get CJ to play action after running the ball? That's my biggest concern. I want to say so bad Houston money line, Dill. It's tough to imagine this team going 0-3 for how good of a defense they have. I might regret this later. Give me the Houston Texans +110 on the money line.
Yeah, I'll say this. Houston has never started 0-3 under DeMeco Ryans. So that's one thing. I think it officially might be a must-win for the Texans this week.
I'm gonna be honest. If sorry to cut you off, though.
No, you're
Jacksonville goes to 2-1, and let's just say Indianapolis goes to 3-0. I wouldn't say it's a must-win, but it's gonna be a tough battle for the remainder of the season if you're the Houston Texans.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. He obviously has a new weapon in Travis Hunter. Travis Etienne, he still looks good out of the backfield. He's had 214 yards this season. Good matchup too with Nico Collins and Travis Hunter. What can Brian Thomas Jr. redeem himself? He is having a sophomore slump. He only caught one pass for 11 yards.
He's killing me in fantasy. He's killing me.
He's killing me in fantasy this year. So I think he could have a good game here. I just worry about Travis Etienne in that rush because this Texas run defense is good. I also like Travis Hunter to pick off CJ Stroud. I think that would be a nice little play if we could get that. But yeah, I'm probably going to take Houston too. They can't go 0-3. They can't go 0-3. This is a must win.
That might be a bad thing. I kind of want to take Jacksonville now. I'm not even going to hold you, Dill.
You're going to flip.
I thought you was going to go Jacksonville on me. I'm not going to lie.
Why?
First, you took them to win the division. And not for now, I thought you was off on the Texans after last week. I was kind of off the Texans as well.
But this is a must win.
Exactly. I don't see them going down 0-3. And not for nothing, Jacksonville, sure, after last week, Jake Browning throwing 3 picks and somehow still losing that game shows me that I don't think they're ready for Houston. Like, maybe they're not ready for that divisional battle after you lost to Cincinnati.
You're right. I'm flipping. Give me Jacksonville -1.5. Give me Jacksonville -1.5. Trevor Lawrence is not going to lose to CJ Stroud. Come on. What are we doing here? All right. And then the game of the week, I think, for the 1 o'clock game, matchup of the NFC. Was it divisional round?
Yeah.
It wasn't the championship. No, it wasn't because they played the Redskins.
Yeah.
Eagles at home taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Eagles laying 3.5 here. Coming off that big win against the Chiefs, -186 on the money line. Rams +156. Back-to-back road spots for them. Total is 44.5. Big game here for the Eagles, kid. What are we doing?
First of all, this is going to be a great matchup. We saw a great battle last year in Philadelphia. I'm pretty sure in the divisional round, if not the wild card round, by uh, the Rams and Eagles. Some people say the Rams played the Eagles the best. I think so far offensively, the Rams have been the more impressive offense. Eagles, the only thing that concerns me right now with the Eagles, defense is fine. They have 0 passing touchdowns this season. Agent Brown has been nowhere to be found. Let's just be honest. And besides Devontae Smith, a couple big plays down the field, they haven't really made anything interesting while passing the ball, Dill. That's my biggest concern with the Philadelphia Eagles. Give me the under 44.5. I think that's going to be my official play. I don't see a ton of points coming from either side. I think it's going to be a defensive battle, similar to what we saw last year, just without the snow this time, Dill. So, and I like the plus 3.5. Not taking the 3.5 officially. Do lean it. I do think it's going to be a nip and tuck game, but I do think it's going to be a defensive battle, similar to what we saw last week with Kansas City and the Philadelphia Eagles, Dill. But I do think Matthew Stafford, Puka Nakua, Devontae Adams, Kerner Williams. I won't be surprised still. I won't be surprised if this offense gonna be able to make a couple plays and pull off a victory as well. Give me the plus 3.5. Give me the under.
I love it. So under official play?
Under official play.
All right. Yeah, I think this should be a really good game. I'll take the 3.5 here with the Rams. I also think this is a good teaser spot. Get them up to 9.5. I just think with Jared Verse and this defense, I think they're going to be able to kind of limit the run game talent. I want to see a little more creativity with the offense for Philly. It's kind of been very blah. I mean,
they're missing Kellen Moore right now, for sure.
Yeah,
they're missing him.
For sure. So I like him. I think, Barkley, he's rushed for more than 200 yards and scored 2 long touchdowns in each of the Eagles' victories over the Rams last year. So they have to make it an emphasis to stop Saquon Barkley. So I worry, though, because Rams, Sean McVay, as good as he is, he's 1-5 against the Eagles. This is a great challenge for him. They've gone right after him too. They're not shy of what they're going to do. They're gonna run the ball. So I don't know. I mean, I think this defense for the Rams, they're gonna be eager to show that they could stop Saquon. I think they have. If they can't stop Saquon, they are going to lose this game. So obviously, Puka Nakua, Devontae Adams, and Matthew Stafford, I think this offense could hold up, and I think they have more offensive capability through the passing game than Philly. But if they can't, I think the handicap comes down to if they can't stop Saquon Barkley, the game's over. I do have a prop later in the show, which is my prop of the week. But yeah, I like the Rams here plus 3.5. I think they keep this one close, kid. So yeah, I'll take the points here. With LA on the road. We'll see if it comes back and haunts me. All right, let's go to the 4:00 window. Seattle Seahawks taking on the New Orleans Saints. Seahawks laying 7.5 here on the road, minus 390 on the money line, plus 310 for the Saints. Total 41.5. What are we feeling here?
Not for nothing. The Saints have been competitive throughout the season. They've been able to move the ball, make things a little interesting. Am I hesitant to lay the 7.5? Absolutely. Just because the Saints offensively are moving the ball a little better than I anticipated. I honestly thought the quarterback room was shot there. But Seattle showed me something last week. Going into Pittsburgh, I understand week 1 they didn't look well, but week 2 they look great. Like I said, Jackson Smith, Cooper Kupp, Sammy D, Kenneth Walker, the third looker. And then defensively, Seattle's defense, I think you hit it on during the preseason. Their defense is going to keep them in games. The defense is going to get after the quarterback. The defense is going to be able to turn the ball over. So officially, would I lay the 7.5 at the 12 man? Probably not. I think it's a great spot to put them in a teaser. But if you force me to, I'll lay the 7.5.
Yeah, I'd probably lay the 7.5 as well. I just think Sam Darnold in this offense has looked pretty good. JSN, we'll keep outlining it, but last year he's really turned on to one of the best receivers in the league. And this defense is coming together. week by week, Mike McDonald has put this defense together. It's not where he wants it to be officially, but I think within the coming weeks we're gonna start seeing how good this defense really is for the Seattle Seahawks. And I'll say this: the Saints have been feisty. They fight for Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
And Spencer Rattler hasn't been as bad as I thought he would be, if I'm being honest. So, they have a chance to cover this point, but I agree. I think it's a perfect teaser spot. I just think offensively the Saints maybe early will be able to compete and keep this one close, but I think as the game goes on, I think Seattle will start to pull away and get the win here. So yeah, perfect teaser spot as well. Let's go to Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Denver Broncos. Chargers laying 3 here at home, minus 154 on the money line, plus 130 for the Denver Broncos, total 45.5. When we released our power rankings here, we got some feedback. You were putting the Chargers a little high, people thought, kid.
Yeah, I had the Chargers week 1 at number 3, week 2 at number 3, week 3.
You'll lay the 3.
Nah, I'm not saying I'll lay the 3, but give me the Chargers, Dill. I'm gonna take them on the money line, minus 140. Don't get me wrong. Would I lay the 3? I think Denver has a chance to cover. So I don't wanna break even, Dill. I don't want to get that bread back. I want to win some money. With that being said, give me the minus 140 on the money line. A little chalky. I think in LA, I think Justin Herbert so far has shown you he's definitely improved from last season. I think for the first 2 weeks of the season, you got to at least admit that from your eyes, he's looked pretty damn elite for the first 2 weeks of the season. Still, Quentin Johnson finally living up to that first round pick. Amarion Hampton, only questionable. I'm a little questionable about him at the running back position. But overall, how the defense is going to look without Khalil Mack, I think they'll be just fine, Dill. Maybe they won't get as much pressure on the quarterback, but I think they'll be just fine. Don't get me wrong. I like the Broncos. I like Bo Nix. I just feel like this is a tough spot, divisional battle in LA. Give me the Chargers on the money line, minus 140.
Yeah, I like the Chargers here, and I've been a high on Justin Herbert for years now.
Yeah, yeah.
He just needed Jim Harbaugh. That's all he needed. Cut the turnovers down. I think he'll be good. And let's be honest, Denver's defense has been good. It's a top 5 defense still. It's the offense. I don't want to say sophomore slump from Bo Nix because he did bounce back and have a good game. I worry about the run game. That is what I worry about with this Denver Bronco team. They drafted Omari Hampton for a reason, but here comes in Quentin Johnson, man. What a resurgent of a career he's having. I mean, everyone was ready to write him off. Hell, I was ready to write him off. I didn't think he was living up to him getting drafted that high. They bring back Keenan Allen, perfect reunion spot for them. So through the air, I trust them. And I think defensively they'll be able to stop Troy Franklin. I think they'll be able to stop Bo Nix and that run game. So, yeah, I'll lay the 3 with the Chargers. I think they're a top 5 team. If they win this, they'll be in my top 5. I'll say that. Let's go to the 49ers hosting the Arizona Cardinals. 49ers minus 2.5, minus 136 on the money line, plus 116 for the Cardinals. Total 44.5. It's uncertain who's going to be quarterback as of right now. I think it's a game time decision, but gun to my head, I probably think it's Mac Jones again. Brock Purdy has practiced this week. He has ramped it up a little bit, but better safe than sorry. I do think they have enough to win this game. So I'll start it off. I'll take San Francisco here, minus 2.5. I think what we saw from Mac Jones, he got the cobwebs out early on into the game. And then after he kind of settled in, he was fantastic. Over 200 yards. He didn't turn the ball over. He had a good run game. Defense needs to step it up a little. So I got to make a call to my boy Bob Salah. But other than that, I think they'll be fine against. All they have to do is stop Marvin Harrison Jr. and that run game. They have a nice 1-2 punch with Trey Benson and James Conner. If they're able to do that at home, I think San Francisco has enough to win this game with Ricky Pearsall and how good Mac Jones has played. So, yeah, I'll lay the 2.5 here with San Francisco.
This is a tough one. Don't get me wrong. With Mac Jones at the helm, it worries me a little bit. If there was Brock Purdy, I'll lay 4.5, maybe 5 points against the Cardinals. Kyler Murray could go in there Would I be surprised if Kyler Murray outplays Mac Jones to Sunday? Absolutely not. Absolutely not there. So I do think the Cardinals are alive in this situation. I think the number's spot on. I'm seeing 1.5, 2.5. So I do think things could be interesting with Mac Jones at the quarterback. I just don't think offensively Arizona has enough firepower to worry me to get there with the money line deal. I like Arizona. Marvin Harrison Jr. hasn't really done much this season. The tight end has really been the only bright spot. James Conner and, like you said, Trey Benson been running the ball well, but who on the outside is going to step up and possibly torch this 49ers defense? I got to see Marvin Harrison step up. And if you tell me Marvin Harrison is going to go out there 80 plus yards with a touchdown, I'll tell you I'm going to take Arizona right now. We just haven't seen that from Morrison. And even last year, we haven't seen that consistently. So to go on the road, to ball out in a big game at San Francisco, I think it's a tough task. So I'm going to probably go with the 49ers still.
Straight up on the money line?
Straight up on the money line. I would say wait till tomorrow because you might be able to get a better number. But overall, I think
if you all right, even if Brock Purdy plays, I don't anticipate jumping that much.
If Brock Purdy plays, I think it'll get to 4, and I'll lay.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next game. Last game on the 4:00 window. Chicago Bears hosting the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas -1.5, -124 on the money line, +106 for Caleb Williams and the Bears. Total 50.5. They got embarrassed last week by the Detroit Lions. Dallas coming off that emotional win against the Giants. Can they start 0-3 as well, Ben Johnson? What do you got, kid?
I think so, Dale. Give me the Dallas Cowboys -115 on the money line, Dale. I'm not going to say I've seen enough from Chicago. The potential is there. But I think right now the Dallas Cowboys offensively, I think they're going to be able to go up and down that field. Remember, there's no Jalen Johnson. We haven't seen that defense look great. We saw that defense led up 20-plus points against J.J. McCarthy in a quarter, Dill. So I think Dak Prescott, what we saw for the first 2 weeks of the season, I think he's going to go out there and have a pretty good night. I think CD, if he doesn't drop the ball, I think he probably goes over his mark. I think it's at 82 yards, something like that. Give me the Dallas Cowboys. I expect them to show up, take care of business. And don't get me wrong, I think Caleb Williams, we haven't seen anything special for him yet. Can it come later on throughout the season? Possibly. I just don't expect it to come this Sunday against the Cowboys.
Yeah, hand up. I think I was higher on the Bears than some people coming into this season. I'm not proud of that. I've kind of seen what I needed to see from the Bears. You know, they just don't seem to sink whenever they struggle. And Caleb Williams, he's alarming. I mean, he has not gotten better, and that's why they brought in Ben Johnson to get better. So far this offseason, Caleb Williams' off-target throw rate is 18%, is the third highest among quarterbacks. Well, Dallas did just play Russell Wilson, who threw for 450 yards. That's a legitimate question of whether Caleb Williams can deliver the football accurately. Even if he identifies holes in the Cowboys' secondary, can he hit them? That is my question. I don't think he can. Cowboys' offense is more than capable of putting up points, especially with Chicago down. You mentioned Jalen Johnson to injury. I think they win by a touchdown, maybe 10 points. Yeah, I'll lay the 1.5 here with the Cowboys too. And then Sunday Night Football, we're going to go to MetLife, kid. The New York Giants taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs laying 5.5 here on the road, -290 on the money line, +5.5 for the Giants, +235, total 44.5. Giants coming off that emotional loss last week against the Cowboys. Chiefs 0-2 for the first time in I think Patrick Mahomes' career, where he's lost 3 games in a row dating back to last season. Kid, must win for Kansas City.
I'm not going to say it's a must win because, you know, the schedule gets easier throughout the season. Would it be a bad look if they lose this game? Absolutely. But I'm not going to say it's a must win. Give me the G-Men plus 6.5 at home. Don't get me wrong. Kansas City is definitely the much better team. But offensively, Dill, besides week one, Dill, the Giants last week lit it up. I don't expect the Giants to light it up against the Chiefs. Let's make that one thing clear. I don't expect the Giants to light it up against the Chiefs, but I don't expect the Chiefs to light it up on the Giants. Chiefs offense struggling a little bit now, Dill. They're struggling a little bit. No Xavier Worthy, no Rice. Running game, a little shaky. Patrick Mahomes, back-to-back leading rusher for the team back-to-back weeks. That's not a recipe for success, as you can tell. 0-2 start. So is Travis Kelce going to step up? Is Juju Smith, who went under by a mile last week, is he going to have more than 9 yards? So who's going to step up on the outside? It's going to be Hollywood Brown, who hasn't done much there in a year and a half. So besides Travis Kelce, remember, let's not forget how potentially good the front seven for the Giants is. I think they're going to be able to get pressure on Patrick Mahomes. What is Patrick Mahomes and Chiefs kryptonite? Consistent pressure on the quarterback. What do I think the Giants could possibly do? Get consistent pressure on the quarterback, Dill. If there's nobody on the outside that's going to hurt me or I fear, Dill, give me the plus 6.5 with the Giants. I think they'll make it close. I think Russ showed he could move the ball a little bit. I think they found a little rhythm with the offense. I like Scatterbook running the ball as well. So little Tracy, a little Scatterbook, little Wandell Robinson, a little Malik Neighbors, a little Russ. I'm not saying Russ is gonna cook, but he can still shuffle it up a little bit now. So give me the plus 6.5 with the G-Men.
So you see 6.5?
Yeah, I call 6.5.
Yeah, but now do you see 6.5? Because right now it's at 5.5. If it was 6.5, I agree. If it's at 5.5,
I see $2, 6.5 minus 110.
Okay, yeah. If it is at 6.5, I probably would take the G-Men too. I do think they could keep this one close. I do think Chiefs will win the game, but like you mentioned, Cam Scatterboos had a pretty decent start to his rookie season, and I think they'll be able to get to Patrick Mahomes. And that's been their kryptonite dating back to the Tampa Bay Super Bowl a few years ago. So, yeah, I think Kansas City should win this game. I just think, I expect kind of a letdown spot here for the Giants offense. I don't expect them to throw all over
No.
Steve Spagnuolo's defense the way they did against the Cowboys. So he could have a good game, but I think we're going to start to see Russ regress here just a little bit against this defense.
I'm going to say Russ goes for like 215, maybe 220. And that's a lot for that defense.
Got a really good Monday night game as well. We'll talk about that on Sunday. But hopefully. Hopefully. Well, time for our lock, dog, tease, and prop of the week. We will start with your lock, and we'll just go back and forth. We'll start with your lock, though. What do you got here?
With the lock, though, it's a little tough because there's a few places I could go with it. Me personally, I like the Colts. You know, I went there last week with the Rams versus Tennessee. I do like the Colts. I'm going to go what been working with me so far, Dill. I'm 2-0 with these plays. I'm going to go with it. Give me the under 44.5 with the Rams and Eagles. I think it's going to be a defensive battle. I'm going to say 21-17. Maybe the Rams. But I'm going to say under, Dill. Give me the under 44.5. I think it's too many points. Like I said, Eagles 0 passing touchdowns throughout the season. And we've seen the Rams offense move the ball, but I don't expect them to, go 300 yards, 3+ touchdowns on that Eagles defense. Let's not pretend like these are not two top 10 defenses about to battle each other. So give me the under 44.5.
Yeah, my lock, I'm going to go with the America's team. Give me the Cowboys minus 1.5 against Chicago. I'm going to fade Caleb Williams here at home. I do not trust him. I do not trust the offense. I do not think he's had a good season so far. I don't think he's improved. And I think Dallas has shown through 2 weeks they will be able to move the ball. And I think without Jalen Johnson, they're arguably a top 10 corner in the league. I think they're going to move the ball on this Chicago defense. So, yeah, Dallas going to lay the 1.5. That is my lock of the week. What is your dog?
My dog. I wanted to go there a couple of different ways. They'll, I said the Rams. I think they're live. I like my Patriots. I think the Patriots are live. I even think the Giants are live, Dill. But give me the Houston Texans on the road, plus 110 on the money line. Don't get me wrong. I do want it to go with the Raiders. I do like the Raiders, Dill. So the Raiders are a close second at plus, I think, 130. But give me the Houston Texans plus 110 on the money line. The defense is too good to start 0-3. Main concern is the running game. If they're able to establish any run, I think they walk away in Jacksonville.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to fade my team. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals, and I'm going to fade Minnesota Vikings here with Carson Wentz. I think Jake Browning will be able to move. He's going to throw a pick or two, but he will be able to. He will be able to move that ball with Jamar Chase.
I think both quarterbacks are going to throw a pick or two.
Yeah, yes. If that was a play, I think that might be the lock. But I think Jake Browning, he'll be able to move the ball. He might be one of the best backups in the league. And that's no disrespect. He's a serviceable quarterback in the NFL. And I think this defense is going to make enough stops. I cannot lay points with Carson Wentz. I just can't. If he comes out like MVP Carson Wentz, okay, that's on me. But I highly doubt that is going to be the case. They are extremely banged up. I know they're at home, but I don't trust. I think the defense will be able to keep them in the game a little bit, but I just think offensively they don't have enough firepower to keep up with Cincinnati right now. So yeah, give me Cincinnati plus 130 on the money line.
I love it, Dill. Cincinnati to start 3-0.
Yep.
I love it.
What do you got for your teaser? 2 or 3 leg? You hit a 3-legger?
3-leg teaser, Dill. We're gonna go back with the 3-leg. Let's start it off. I said it early on. Give me the Tampa Bay Bucks. So that's one. Tampa Bay Bucks to -1, 1.5. Give me the Seattle Seahawks to -1.5 against the Saints still. And then give me Green Bay down to -1.5. There was -8 early on in the week. So I got -2. Still like it. So give me that 3-way 6-point teaser at plus 140. Seattle to -1.5 on the road. At home. Green Bay on the road down to -2, and give me Tampa down to -1 at home, plus 140.
That's exactly my teaser. Green Bay down to 7.5 to 1.5.
That's crazy.
Tampa 6.5 to a half. They just got to win the game. And Seattle from 7.5 to 1.5 at plus 130.
Honestly, that might be good because I'm starting to get a little better with the teasers now.
Yeah, that's my teaser as well. I was playing around with a few, if I'm being honest, of like other ones that I really liked. You want to hear it? You want to hear a few? Yeah. I really liked. So going to tease Cincinnati up to +9. Gonna tease the Rams up to 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to tease the Raiders up to 9.
Damn, I like that one more.
No, right? I was thinking of that.
Because I think not for now, week 3, a lot of close games. I think the biggest spread is 8, 7.5 or 8. So I like that though. I like to take those teams to +9, 9.5. Like I said, I like the Rams. I think the Rams are live. So if you want to put them in the teaser, I would love to put the Rams in the teaser as well. I kind of hate the fact that we got the same teaser though.
Yeah,
we got to start discussing before the show. At least
all right, and yeah, I might put the +9, but I do like the one that we both mentioned. I'm not going to stray. I'm going to go with my gut. And this prop segment is brought to you by Props.Cash. It's the best way to get your props and all your research. Elvis and I have been using Props.Cash for over 2 years now. And, it's helped us find an edge in several player prop markets on the web or in the Props.Cash app. You'll get quick visual data on player trends, matchup history, and recent performance across every major sport. You got WNBA playoffs going on. You got the MLB. We only got 10 days left there. So clean, reliable stats that make it easier to spot value. Plans start at just $19.99 a month, and right now you can get 25% off your first month with the code DREAM25. That's DREAM25. So download the app, not now, but right now and sign up with the monthly subscription. Use code DREAM25 and you'll be paying just $14.99 in your first month. Level up your props research today at Props.Cash. Okay, what is your prop of the week?
Dale, for this prop, I had to go back. I had to dial back, Dale. I did mention a couple props earlier in the show. If you want, fade me, by all means. I had to dial back the clock just a little bit. I do think this team is going to have to be forced to pass the ball, not run the ball, just because I do think they're going to be down early on. I'm going back to the well, Dill. Give me Alvin Kamara over 24 and a half receiving yards. He's went under this mark 2 times to start the season. But one bright side, people, he had 6 targets, 6 receptions last week for only 21 yards. If he gets the same amount of targets this week, I think he goes well under this number. Played a good defense last week in San Francisco. Give me Alvin Kamara over 24 and a half. We was hitting this prop for 2 years straight on this show. We always say under 30, under 32 and a half, smash it. He went under this mark 2 straight weeks still. I don't think it'll be a third. Give me over 24 and a half, minus 115. Let's get to it.
Yeah, I am going to go with Saquon Barkley over 15 and a half receiving yards. Last year against the Rams, he caught 4 passes for 27 yards in that divisional round. And so far in 2025, he's seen his share of routes, for the Eagles, especially in week 1 versus Dallas. He had 24. He had 4 catches for 24 yards. He really couldn't get going against Kansas City with only 6 catches. But last time I told you he blasted the Rams for over 200 yards on the ground in the playoffs. But he's set to face a healthy defense. It was banged up last time they versed. And I think, during my handicap, I think they're going to be ready for the run. Through 2 weeks, LA's defense ranks number 2 in both EPA allowed and opponent success rate overall. They're also number 3 in opponent success rate per handoff. They are great stopping the run this year when healthy. So Los Angeles has been able to get pressure as well with just 4, allowing linebackers to spy, fill those gaps. So if Barkley has trouble finding his foot running the ball early, I expect the Eagles to work him in as a receiver as well. So before the playoff matchup with Los Angeles last year, they played back in week 12, and the Eagles jumped on Barkley's back. The running back had 255 yards. He also had 47 receiving yards, and he caught 4 passes. So, yeah, I love it. 15 and a half, I think, is a little low as well. And Props.Cash has it projected to go 22 receiving yards. So they like that as well. Kid, that's going to do. Let's do college real quick.
Yeah, a few college plays. Still a few college plays. Come on now.
Yeah,
it is Saturday. It is Saturday morning.
I forget it's too early for me, bro. 1-0 start. We did have Rice on Thursday minus the 2. I didn't like a lot, kid. If I'm being honest, I laid the 2.5 with Utah. I laid the 2.5 against Texas Tech. I think they're going to be a more physical team, especially at home. And I have 2 teasers that I really like. Both are plus money and 3-leggers, both at plus 170. Give me Nebraska plus 8.5. Tease them up against Michigan. Think they're outright. I love all these dogs with the normal spread as well, but I think teasing them is the perfect spot. Give me Illinois plus 11.5 against Indiana. The Battle of the Washingtons. Washington State. Yeah, I'll tease them up to plus 26.5, kid. So that's my first one, plus 170. And then my second one is also plus 170. I'm going to tease TCU down against SMU to -0.5. Going to tease down Oklahoma against Auburn to 0.5. And the Battle of Miami and Florida, I will tease Miami down from 7.5 to 1.5. So don't love laying a touchdown with TCU in Oklahoma, which is why I teased them down. But yeah, I got 2 teasers and that 1 straight bet, Utah minus 2.5, and then those 2 teasers, kid. But yeah, other games I thought about playing. I thought about laying the 13.5 with Kansas against West Virginia. after the backyard bash and that emotional win. It was a huge letdown spot, I think, for WVU. East Carolina +7 versus Baylor and the Mormons. And I was very close to putting Arizona State in one of my teasers. They're +2.5 against Baylor, but I haven't been able to get Baylor right all season. So kind of stayed away from that. Those were kind of leans that I had. But yeah, those two teasers in Utah -2.5, kid. Those are my official college plays today.
Yeah, I have 2 plays for the people as usual. 1 or 2. That's how I keep it nice and simple. Let's start for the game you already mentioned. Michigan taking on Matt Rule and Nebraska. In Nebraska, Dale, give me Michigan -15. -115 on the money line. Give me Michigan, Dale. Don't get me wrong, I don't love the pick, but I think Nebraska. Don't get me wrong, Nebraska is Nebraska a good team? Yes. Are they better than Michigan? Come on now, Skip. Come on now, Dale. You know the answer to that. I do have hope for your teaser. I do have hope for your teaser. I hope it's a 3-point game now. Give me Michigan 21. Honestly, no. 17-20. Give me Michigan. And then my last game, Battle of Florida. Florida Gators taking on the Canes. Canes laying 7.5. If this was a decade ago, I might be different. But give me Miami Hurricanes, number 4, -7.5 at home. Though we can't deny the U has been the more dominant team in Florida for these past
Carson has looked good.
Yeah, so give credit to the U. Been doing the thing. Hopefully the Gators could, take over the state once again. They did it in basketball now, though. But I think Miami's slowly becoming the number 1 school in Florida. Slowly becoming now. FSU's gone.
Yeah, no, USF. Yeah. And FSU is pretty good now. The Seminoles are back, but they're not Miami.
Exactly.
Kid, thank you so much for getting up early with me. I appreciate it. I am going to go back. Actually, it's 8:40. I'm about to go downstairs and get the complimentary breakfast. And then go back. Yes, sir.
You about to run down there. I think it ends.
No, I close at 10.
Oh, good spot. Usually spots are like 6 to 9.
Yeah, something like that. But they got this waffle maker downstairs. Ooh, I'm about to cook something up. Some orange juice.
5 of them.
Yeah. I need to get this alcohol out of me. I'm not a big drinker. Was crushing Coronas and limes last night. The table that I was at the wedding, this guy, he was like, "Yo, save my spot, and if my chicken comes, yo, you can have a potato." He was drunk. He was like, "You can have a potato, but not the chicken." I was like, "I got you, bro." So he went outside. He went outside. He comes back like 5 minutes later. He got a bottle. Uber Eats delivered him a bottle, and he started just pouring. He goes, he was twisted, bro. It was like a gallon. And
was it an open bar?
Yeah, it was.
Why did he?
But there was only certain things. Like my girl got a Cosmo, but they didn't have Grey Goose. So
nice
it was yeah.
Grey Goose that does vodka now. I haven't drank Grey Goose since before
2018.
Bro, as soon as I turned 21, I was like, yeah, I ain't drinking Grey Goose no more.
Grey Goose is good. So she was having Tito's last night, which is all right, but it ain't Grey Goose. I'll tell you that much. So the guy, he started pouring shots and he started mixing, and it got to about a quarter or like a little more than a quarter, but it was like not half. So it was like that in between. Yeah, less than half. And he put it where all the cards are in the presents, and he goes, "This is my gift." Legend. I have a bottle of whiskey. I think it was like Maker's Marker or something, but it was good. But he was twisted. He goes, "Yo, it was so good to meet you. If you're down in Miami, you let me know." I said, "Hi, I'm gonna hit you.
I'm gonna fuck with you."
But yeah, kid, I'm gonna go get some breakfast. I appreciate you. Good luck, have fun at the party, and enjoy the games. Any plans today outside of the party, or you're just gonna? It's family.
It's just. I got this, man. Hopefully we cash our first player prop. Not just one, but multiple.
Well, enjoy the party. Enjoy your weekend. Wish me luck. I'll let you know how Gillette Stadium is, and I'll send you a picture of the statue. But everyone, good luck on all your plays, and we will see you guys on Sunday. Peace.